Hello guys, so it's another time again. So this is what we have so far, and let me just run the application, then log in with my credentials, and this is the application we have so far. So previously we worked on this users module where you can add a user, you can also edit them, you can delete them, and so on. So today we're going to work on the details section, and as you can see here we have a test view. I'm going to replace this with the members view. So we're going to be adding the members here, and we're going to be using this as our template, and then we add the necessary details. So let's get started. Because the first thing we're supposed to add is the model. Okay, let me close this. So I'm just going to add a member model here. Package models. And when we are collecting, of course, according to my research, when we are collecting members details, they can be separated into various categories. We have the personal category, of course, personal details. We have the contact details, and we have the account details, and then we have the next of kin details. So I'm going to split them up. So we have the member struct. Now this struct is going to carry everything else. Let me just copy that. And then we have personal. Then we have contact. That's for the contact details. Then we have account details, of course. And finally, we have the next of kin. Next of kin. Okay. So for the member, of course, the first one we have ID. This is for the Mongo ID. Okay. After the ID, we have created at. Okay. This is for the tracking the time. So we can be able to know the time of given user has been created. It's updated at when the time the user has been updated. And we have to grab the other details like a personal contact. We're just going to reference this personal. We have contact, have account, we have next of kin. Now we can start adding the particular details. So based on our module here, you can see when in the members module, we have the member registration, we can edit them, we have the member ID, for the next of kin, we have the member status and search and filters and so on. So for the personal details, let me just copy this. Now for the personal, of course, we have maybe the full name, gender, date of birth, marital status, blah blah blah, career pin, occupation. There are many details. Okay, we're going to add them. We can start with full name. Going to be a string. Then we can look at gender. Date of birth. Maybe marital status. And maybe can add maybe the passport goes for the image. Can add a career pin because for Kenyans, since I'm a Kenyan. And then we can have maybe ID number, those identification number. Occupation. Maybe employment type. Employer. Okay, so those are the personal details that we can capture. Just copy this and then I can come down here for the contact section. And then the first thing, of course, we're going to have phone, email, postal, and so on. You can just say phone. That's for the phone number. Email. Maybe postal code. Postal code. and then citizenship. Citizenship. Okay, that's contacts. Now we go to account details. With account details, we're going to have maybe account number, account type, date of registration, the branch that you're registering at, and the status of the account can be active, dormant, frozen, closed, and so on. Account number. Then you can have a account type. The date of registration. Then we can have the branch. Was branch of the bank or the financial institution. And then we can have the status. Status of the account, of course. Is it active? Is it dormant? Is it frozen? Wow. And then now we can come to the next of kin. First, next of kin, we're going to need the name, the gender, phone, relationship, and so on. So we can start with the full name. Full name of the kin, of course. Full name, and then we have the phone. Phone. And then we also have the gender. Gender, and then we also have the relationship. What's the relationship they have with the account opener. So the name, the phone, the gender, relationship, maybe the date of birth. Okay, so those are the details that we want to capture for a new member. So when a member is registering, we're going to have an ID, of course, for the purpose of storing it in the MongoDB. Greater that the date was created, the date is updated, personal details, contact details, account details, and the next of kin. That's what. So I think splitting them like this looks better. So yeah, we are capturing a lot of details. Of course, when you're registering a real account, they also capture some of these details. Okay, now I'm going to come back to this section here, the helpers section for the globals. And what you're going to notice here is the name is just going to be a normal string. Gender, it can be a drop down. Marital status, drop down. Occupation, it can be a drop down. Employment type, employer, and so on. So I just want to define them globally so that I can be able to access them when I'm entering these details. So I'm going to come back here and then I'm going to define them here. So we already have the roles. Then we can define the gender. Male, female, marital status, because it can be single, can be married, it can be divorced. I think it's only those. The name, payment type, we have self-employed, salaried. They can also have maybe student, because student can come, they want to open an account. Then we can have the account type, so we can have a savings account, we can have a current, can have a salary account, can have a business account. What other business account, I mean? Can have maybe a fixed deposit, so on. We can add more later on. The status, can be active, can be dormant, can be frozen. Because I've only been seeing these things in movies, now I have to implement them. I think that's cool. Can be closed. Next of kin relationship, can be a father, can be mother, can be sister, can be brother. Okay, I think I've captured most of them. If you're lacking any, I think we can be adding them. So we've added the models, added the globals, and then now we can come to the utils. Okay. Now when we come to the utils, I'm just going to use the user model as a starting point. So I can just copy this and edit it. Name it to member. Okay. Get rid of all this. So now, since we have copied this, we have to do a lot of editing. So to save time, I'm just going to search for user, and I'm going to replace it with member. Has to be capital. Okay. Get rid of that. I replace it with that. And I can search for small user. Replace it with member. Good. Now, get all members. This one is just fine. Let's close it. Get member by ID. Member, that's fine. Get a member, that's fine. Come down to delete a member. Okay, that's also okay. Get members paginated. Now I don't want to sort by this. I just want to sort it by created. Okay. Sort it by created at members append. Okay, that's fine. Count members. Okay, that's fine. Search member. Okay, name. Okay, this one I'll deal with it later. What I want to add is I want to add a function to add a new member. Okay, adding a new member. Going to come down here. Going to this. Then I'm going to insert a new member. But insert one. You provide the context. Then you provide the document. It's going to be just a member. Then going to return R. So that's what we want. So we can add a new member. That can get member by ID. You can delete a member. You can get members paginated. You can count a member. You can search a member. I've captured majority of the things here. Get member by ID. Supply by ID. Something. That's fine. Okay. So let's come back to the view. Now when we are dealing with this view here, just to save time, because this uses, I'm just going to use most of these details. I'm just going to do some little changes here. So I'm just going to copy this. It's going to let's rename this to to go. Okay. Now going to send user execute member. Okay. I'm going to send user capital to member capital. Okay. We have a lot of editing to do. Let's get this one is fine. Loading members, that's fine. Paginated, that's fine. Okay, let's come down here. Oh, The first thing we're going to edit is the title headers. Let's open our models. Let me split right here. Oh, the first thing I want to capture is the name of the customer. Okay, so we have name. Okay, that's fine. Then maybe the next thing I want to capture is, you can capture any detail. Maybe I can get occupation. Okay, maybe contact. I'm just picking one of each. Contact one. Then maybe get the account. I want to ensure that I'm capturing majority, like all these, the personal details, contact, account, next of kin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5 already. I think I can just close that now. Now I have to ensure that, okay, there's an error here. All right, let's do this. Oh. Full name, member name, I have to edit this. So now name, occupation, I'm going to copy that. Then just come here to that one. Just going to say occupation label. Okay. Okay, and then have one. So role label, that can be fun. You can just come and change which one. Yeah, role label. Role label, I can change it to account. Label. Now, so we have name, occupation, phone. They like them following each other so that it can be easier to know. Name, occupation, phone. Okay. So name, occupation, phone. Phone. Name, occupation, phone. Ouch. Okay. Then come down here. Role member label. Okay. Member name. And we said it's a member question. Question and then phone. Because phone exists. So role. Instead of role, we say it's account. Okay, so it's name, occupation, phone. Okay, this should be phone, then account. Follow each other. So now we have 0, 1. Should be 2 now. This should be 2. This should be 3. Okay. 0, 3, 4. So this one is going to be member dot personal. Full name. Dot personal. occupation account, account number, and personal personal contacts. Okay, no contact. 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 Phone. It's if you want to give this member. Occupation is fine. Search is fine. Oh, this is where now the work begins. Oh, this is where the work begins because it has a lot of. So let's begin because we have to capture all these details. We have to capture all these details. Okay. So let's do this. Now, since this one is split into personal contact, I want to just label them so that they can be easier to follow through. I'm just going to say here personal details. The personal details we have to capture all this, the full name, the gender, the birth, and so on. So we start with the full name. Okay, that should be dot personal dot full name. Okay, it's fine. Copy this, paste it here. Person's full name has been captured. And capture the gender. The gender is a select. Get rid of that here. And I just come to change this one to role. Gender, I mean. Gender. Gender. Let's set selected to helpers dot gender. Say maybe here is the selected one. Now the next one we have date of birth. Do we have any DOB? It's not there. Okay. Date of birth. Just edit this one here. Just call it DOB. And I want it to be in the format of a personal date of birth. Next thing we have marital status. Marital status. Marital status. Okay. And the next thing should be the passport. How do we handle the image upload? Because that's a particular notorious thing. Because we have to handle image uploads and upload them to our server. Verify that a given member exists. Okay, save time. I'm going to get the code. Send is for handling image upload. Then we're going to have the other details like carrier pin and so on. So all these details are captured. Of course, it's a lot of details, of course, considering that you have to type all of it. So just pasted them here. Then now I thought to myself, because when you look at it, at this list, if you want to add a form here, it's going to be an extremely long form. So I thought the best thing I can do here is to ensure that I'm going to have a good looking form. So what I'm supposed to do is to have a form that can be able to like multi-select form. So I came up with how many steps? 1, 2, 3, and 4 steps. Okay, came up with 4 steps. So these steps are going to be, just copy them here. Came up with 4 steps. Now these 4 steps are going to ensure that we can be able to have a good looking form. Now the next thing that I did was I had to ensure that all these steps are handled correctly. So we needed like a next button and a back button. Okay, so I came up with that. Then finally we had something like this. Okay, we had something like this. Is edit. Okay. Okay, am I getting errors here? Undefined. Get rid of that because now is edit. Yes, I'm going to use the same form for editing and so on. I have to define it up here. Because I'm using the same form for adding and existing. Using the same form for adding and editing. I use So if editing is equal to true, I'm going to supply the user that has been selected. So when I come back here, it's show add. So if you're adding the existing one, it's going to be nil. Then when I come back here, edit from undefined show edit. Yeah, I'm just going to have show add member form with the existing being the member. Okay, so basically what this add form is doing, it can be used to adding a new member, it can be used to for editing an existing member. So we have all these details here along with the images so that it can be uploaded to the uploads folder. It can save it, it's going to compress it. Then we capture all these details and then we split them here in these steps. So step 1, we have personal information. Step 2, we have employment information. Step 3, we have contact information. Step 4, we have account information. And then step 5, we have all these data. And then all of these are summed into these 3 buttons: the finish button, of course, for submitting, the exit, and so on. Now, I'm going to come back to the sidebar. Now, I don't want to have this short test anymore because I'm adding more details. So I can just maybe edit this and show members. Okay, just going to edit this to show members, and then I can just come here and say members. All right. So what this means is we need to come and edit this one as well. It's no longer short test. It's going to copy that. It's that one. It's going to be show members. Okay, so I'm going to come down here, show members. All right, so this is going to be members. Now I need to change this one as well here. What it does show test. It's going to show members. Members, and then I'm going to have members view. Members view. Okay. So show members and so on. All right, now let's test it out. Can log in. Have members. I had have a new member here. You can see when you click on edit, you can also delete them. So not member and then add a new member. Add a member. So I'm the member. Okay. See. Share, gender is man, date of birth, 10, single, KRA pin, is government issued, give you next, profession, software engineer, employment type, maybe self-employed, employer, let's say self, P number, identification number, select passport. Okay, this picture, then we go next, phone number, email, postal, postal address, Citizenship Kenyan. Okay. Savings account number. Now this one has to be auto generated by the system, I think. So I'll deal with that later on. Date of registration today, branch, maybe for your Mombasa, status active, next of kin, maybe, and it's a female, number, relationship, maybe sister, date of birth, like 2019. Then you submit your member, and voila, you have a new member. Yay! Okay, sort us out. Okay, you can have all those details. You can also delete them. That's a bug. Wow. Let's come back. Member. Oh, I did it. I cancelled. Details that delete member. Not Boolean. This should only happen. The deleting should only happen if you see I cancelled and it's supposed to be if it is true, then we can delete. Otherwise we cannot. Okay. I'm testing this again. It's okay. Let's just test it. Because adding those users, man, that's kind of tiresome. Let's do this. Let me just say full. Then let's go to today status. Let's just go with anything. Okay. Fashion. Okay. Profile picture. Let's select anything. Email address. Day. Just doing this so that we can ensure that right now, even if we select something like when I edited, not when I deleted, I clicked no, it will delete. Yeah, now it's working fine. So we delete, delete, and that's it. You want to delete this member, just say no, you delete it. Now we need to work on the account. Okay, for the sake of time, I think we can stop there. Then the next time we're going to work on account, and we should also add a new button here to view all the details. Then now search, document search, and all the other details. So this we'll see in the next video. Thank you guys.